Described as the Pearl of Africa by Winston Churchill, Uganda is endowed with unmatched beauty. However, over the years, the country's tourism has been based especially on wildlife, with authorities now moving to diversify their tourism products. Among the new areas the country seeks to explore is the meetings, incentives, conferences and exhibitions sector, MICE.
As you know, we've even set up the MICE Bureau, a department under the ministry specifically to handle only MICE and put out bids so that we can host a number of conferences here.
To prove its potential in this area, since the year started, the country has hosted 3 major global events, including the meeting of speakers and presiding officers of the Commonwealth Parliament, the Non-Aligned Movement Summit, and the G77 and China Summit. These events were held at the Munyonyo Speak Convention Center, the first of its kind in the country.
The reason government has co-invested in the convention center at Munyonyo is largely to promote MICE, because we want to promote ourselves as a MICE destination, and we've been lagging behind because of lacking in that kind of infrastructure.
Uganda, according to the latest MICE rankings, is in 6th position in Africa.
And we are really pushing for it to be among the top 5 in the region. So that again is it shows how far we have come. We are behind the giants of Morocco and South Africa and Rwanda and Kenya. I forget who number 5 is, but Uganda is number 6.
However, to fully exploit the potential of this sector, a number of critical infrastructure must be put in place.
First of all, the biggest one is conference space. You need a conference space that can accommodate 2,000, 5,000, even 10,000 people comfortably. You have got to have the right workforce in place, the right trained people. You don't want the guests come and get food poisoning. So you have to train these people, the staff.
One of the other important facilities required are the translation gadgets.
For the big hotels, for sure, I have been to Speak Resort Munyonyo. I've been at Serena when we have these big conferences. They do have the translation services. They even do have the gadgets.
I must admit that we've sort of lagged behind. So, for example, for this particular summit, we've had support from other countries that were already, I think we got support from the Indian government and from Yugoslavia for translation services. But the convention center at Munyonyo now is fully equipped with all the equipment that you need, including the translation booths.
The Uganda Hotel Owners Association has an appeal to make in this regard.
Government needs to join the private sector by, for instance, giving us tax exemptions on some of these equipment so that we can be able to facilitate even the smaller hotels around, so that the business is not only concentrated in one area or one property.
But how does Uganda move from its current position to take lead in this space of meetings, incentives, conferences and exhibitions?
MICE cannot be solely left to the private sector. It requires public sector support, and not just monetarily, but in terms of facilities being put in place, in terms of especially infrastructure.
Because now we have a convention center, but it cannot just be one. We need more of such amenities, exhibition areas, a good airport that is able to, hold a number of, the airline itself is working. So all those contribute to promoting the MICE destination.
We have been able to secure some land where we believe through partnerships we'll be also building maybe a supplementary convention center to supplement what is private under Munyonyo. But of course we also have a stake, as you know, because we contributed some money to its construction. So it is something big, it is important, it brings in a lot of resources, and Uganda as a destination through the Bureau, we are putting out bids to make sure we get as many conferences and events as possible.
The Ministry of Tourism, Wildlife and Antiquities, together with the private sector players in the industry, believe with the capacity built from hosting the just concluded NAM and G77 and China summits, the country is now in better position to attract more high-level conferences. Benjamin Jumbe, NTV Weekend Edition.